Am I wrong for being too honest about why I will never consider my dad's wife an equal parent or second mom? My parents were younger when they had me, both 19. They were together until I was one-ish, then they broke up. They didn't get married, so there was no divorce or anything. I also have my mom's last name, and that does come up later, which is why I'm saying it here. My dad met his wife, Carol, when I was 5'6". I met her age 6, and she was married to him when I was 7. They also had 4 kids, and 4 starting a few months after the wedding because Carol is older than my dad and felt her biological clock ticking apparently. It was all very fast for me. My relationship with Carol is not very close. She has made a lot of efforts to take on the role of a third parent and second mom, but I always keep her as just my dad's wife or as someone who's part of the wider family but is not exactly someone important to me. I have a few reasons for this. She never lets me call her Carol. She pushed for mom or mama years ago and we ended up both settling for ma'am since first names are a no-no. She also pushy with her religion and has called me disrespectful for not giving her religion a chance and not attending unless I'm forced to. I don't believe in religion. I was mostly raised without it. Dad converted for her, but mom said no to me doing it, and I'm so glad. Carol also acts like we had years to get to know each other before she became my dad's wife. In reality, it was about a year. The other stuff is she hates my mom and is not afraid to voice that stuff around me. Carol hates that I have my mom's last name and not dad's. Carol hates the first name my mom chose for me and has implied she was selfish for giving it to me because it's more unique and uncommon and not a normal name. She has called my mom white trash, trailer trash, a disgrace as a parent, etc. for the name. And she has... That is so rude. Like, who says that about somebody's parent? And she feels like dad should have named me as his first son. Then she also blames mom for not encouraging me to use my middle name, which dad chose and is more of a name Carol likes. She also disagreed with mom not putting me in sports when I was a lot younger. Carol is big into boys needing sports from a very young age, and my mom never considered that a priority. Carol is so disrespectful about my mom so often. A couple of weeks ago, while I was at my dad's, Carol and I were alone, and she wanted to know why I never treat her like a parent and what she's done so wrong that I refuse to acknowledge her as any kind of mom to me. I mentioned all of the above and how much I hate when she gets like that. I told her she can't expect to win me over when she talks my mom all the time and disrespects me by disrespecting my name. I told her I would never love someone who acts that way. She was hurt, I could tell. But she was also angry, and so was dad when she told him what I said. They accused me of treating Carol with so much disrespect and harshness. Am I the a-hole? Absolutely not. How do you expect to disrespect somebody's name and their... Because your name is like one of the biggest part of your identity, and you respect their mom. People love their mom a lot, and then you expect to win them over or to treat you in a kind manner. You can't expect kindness when you are not kind. Am I the a-hole for not telling my girlfriend I was gonna break up with her if she went on vacation with male friends? Basically, my girlfriend went on vacation with her male friends. I told her this made me uncomfortable and didn't want her to go. By the way, she used to hook up with one of them before she met me. She told me it would be fine and they are like brothers to her. I already made the decision to break up right there and then, but I wanted to get my stuff from her place before anything, and I figured I should do that while she's gone. I also didn't want to break up over text or calls, so I waited for her to come back. I picked her up when she came back, dropped her off, and gave her the key to her place back and broke up. She started crying and she figured out it was because of the vacation. She kept saying that nothing happened. I told her she knew I was uncomfortable with this and she still went. She mentioned that I still have said that I'd break up with her if she went and that if she knew she would never have gone. I told her I didn't want to be controlling and threaten her with ending the relationship. We kept going back and forth over this for a while. Edit, I love you are assuming an awful lot here. Most of you are cool, but to give you a bit more context. 1, she never actually introduced me to these friends. Even though I mentioned I wanted to meet them, she kept making excuses. 2, she never told me she used to hook up with her friend. I only found out because I found an old pic of them kissing when she was showing me some old travel pics. 3, I was okay with their friendship until now. This is just too much for me. Am I wrong for having my wedding the same day as my sister-in-law's due date? My fiance, 32 male, and I, 26 female, are getting married soon. We have had everything booked and ready to go for almost 2 years because we got engaged during COVID. Coincidentally, we found out his brother's wife, sister-in-law, 36 female, was pregnant 6 months ago, and the due date was the same weekend as our wedding. When they told us, we all had to be okay with them, and my mother-in-law may be not coming because there was nothing we could do to move our date either. The thing is, sister-in-law miscarried 4 months ago, and it's been incredibly difficult for her. She had been trying for a while and finally got pregnant with this baby. While we were all devastated for her, the rest of the family has moved on, and sister-in-law has been extremely spiteful about this. At first, she demanded my fiance and I include her baby at my wedding. We were going to save seats for family members who have passed with their pictures during the ceremony, and sister-in-law wanted us to print out photos of her stenogram scans and do the same. I politely declined this idea because in all honesty, I think it's morbid and just sad. When I said no to this, she says she won't be coming to the wedding anymore because this should not be a day of celebration, rather mourning for her unborn child. She is now planning a memorial and telling family and friends to attend instead of my wedding on the same day in honor of her due date. It's become this huge issue in the family of people feeling guilt-tripped into sister-in-law's memorial, and she told me if I went on my own day, I had 364 others to choose from. My fiance has some not very nice words for her afterwards, and now she's acting like we are happy about her child dying. Am I the a-hole? I don't think OP is the a-hole in the slightest. I mean, yeah, of course, having a miscarriage is literally so sad. But I've always hated people who, when things don't go well for them for whatever reason, they expect everybody else that's around them to be also miserable. Yeah, the sister-in-law losing her baby is sad, obviously. A miscarriage will always be a sad thing. But at the end of the day, what does this couple have anything to do with it? This couple has their own lives. They have their own family. They have their own friends. They spent their own money. This was their plan. Just because things don't go well for you doesn't mean people around you have to be miserable. At the end of the day, that's just literally that is just so sad. That's like a sad way of thinking, and that's so spiteful, and that's so weird. Like, what?